Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. My social action project focuses on creating economic incentives to address food waste in urban markets. This is a case study about a central market in Córdoba, Argentina, in partnership with the Organization of American States. My name is Valery Desmond. I have nearly 18 years of experience in the food industry. I am a nutritionist with a master's degree in global food law, and I'm currently refocusing my career on sustainability through innovation. So before I share some information about my project, I really need to explain what is the meat of the food waste as a global issue. Food waste impacts social, environmental, and the economic spheres. 1/3 of the food produced globally is wasted. This represents 1 billion meals every day, while 800 million people still face hunger. This is equivalent to the populations of the US, Indonesia, and Brazil combined. Food waste is responsible for releasing greater than 5 times the greenhouse gas footprint of the entire aviation industry. It consumes 21% of global fresh water, and it costs $1 trillion annually, which is higher than the Swiss GDP. But food waste is also a low-hanging fruit when it comes to solutions to advance sustainability. There are more than 80 solutions to combat food waste, and that could represent $405 billion in economic opportunities. But most of these solutions are costly and they face resistance. So this is the central market in Córdoba. When we think about food waste, we tend to think about international headlines. But I just want to show you that food waste affects local communities as well, like Córdoba. So the market is the heartbeat of the city's food system, with 1,000 workers hosting 1,700 buyers daily who are seeking for 800 tons of produce. Unfortunately, food waste is an issue here. To turn this challenge into opportunities, I propose to investigate existing waste management practices in the market, identify root causes, and propose solutions leveraging economic incentives, focusing on circular economy and innovation, and solutions that can be replicable in our urban markets globally. My research encompassed interviews, analysis of literature in reports, and policies and case studies. My findings revealed that 700 tons of waste are generated monthly by the market. Only 3% is directed to food banks, and 97% is transported to a landfill and remains untreated. This represents $600,000 of economic loss monthly. Given these high numbers, there have been 3 projects in the last 3 years focusing on traditional solutions to combat food waste, such as composting and biogas production, which required millions of dollars of initial investment. Some solutions, they were focused on food donation and animal feed, but they lack the economic incentives for those involved. These pictures were taken in 2021 for one of the projects I mentioned, and to this date, food waste remains unaddressed. My analysis revealed that traditional solutions to food waste are costly. They require high investment, and therefore, they don't appeal to the public sector. And solutions focused on food donations and waste turned into animal feed lack economic incentives. Therefore, there is low adoption rate. This lack of sustainability framework or sustainable framework hinders Córdoba's and any city's ambition to become a zero-waste city. As Argentina faces a surge in poverty rate, solutions to address food waste must be focused on economic incentives. For this reason, I brought 3 recommendations today. The first focuses on education, and the idea is to connect food vendors, or actually is to train food vendors in prevention of waste by the Adult Secondary Education Center and the city's School of Circular Economy. The second recommendation focuses on partnerships between food vendors and food apps to redistribute the food surplus at lower cost. And the third focuses on collaboration between food vendors and green businesses to reuse food waste to produce high-value products like composting packages. And finally, as for my key recommendation, I propose policy reform modeled after successful waste prevention policies like in Spain, France, and Colombia. Concluding, a holistic approach integrating education, partnerships, innovation, and policy reform focused on fostering economic incentives is the best approach to combating food waste in urban markets. So these solutions, they bring positive impacts for the economic, environmental, and social spheres, and they help cities to be aligned with the circular economy. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Ryan.